Welcome back to What's the Chat with Alex and Mathew. This is podcast number 2, and I'm excited to be back. Are you excited to be back?
Yeah.
How excited? Are you more? So last time you said you were scared, more than excited. What's it like this time?
I'm even more scared.
Yeah, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're recording this podcast on Saturday night. It is going to be going out tomorrow. I'm putting pressure on myself. It will be done. It's all good. So last week's podcast went really well. Were you happy?
Yes.
No one slated you, or me. No one said anything nasty to our faces, or online, which was good. It was a good start. And everyone was so kind about it. There were so many nice words being said, and so much positive feedback and positive energy. I felt it. I felt the love. Remember Darius said that? That was his X Factor thing.
You're quite cheesy like that.
Yeah, when he said, it was on X Factor, he said, "Can you feel the love in the room?" That's the kind of thing I would say.
Did you not go and see Darius?
I did see, it was my first ever concert.
Oh.
I went with my mum, and I was 15 or 16. But there was football on that day, so it was Celtic were winning the league that day. They were playing against Kilmarnock, just to let you know. A league decider, so it was a helicopter. So I had a few drinks because I was like 15 or 16.
How did we get onto the subject of football?
I don't know, but it's so.
Did you play football?
Shh, don't take the mickey. I used to play football. So what happened on this day? It was Celtic were playing against a team, and so were Rangers, and whoever won on that day won the league, I think, or something along those lines. So there's a helicopter. Anyway, there's a helicopter between two stadiums. Celtic won. I had a few drinks. Went to Darius with my mum, and sang along to Colourblind. It was great. So yeah, Darius was my first proper concert. Then it was Eminem.
Mine was Kylie.
Was it? Can you do the actions for "Can't Get You Out of My Head"?
Well, that wasn't around then. It was I Should Be So Lucky and all the old ones.
Was that when she was in Neighbours?
1989.
Was she in Neighbours or Home and Away?
Neighbours. 1989.
So there is some information for everyone. A wee bit nostalgia and trivia. So no, it was really nice last week. Everyone was really kind, and people watched it and people listened to it. Apart from my mum, which was extremely nice. How has your week been anyway?
What do you mean apart from your mum?
Because we said last week that it was only going to be my mum that would watch and listen to it.
Yeah.
My little brother said that he only watched half of it.
Does he get
So
bored?
I thought I'd mention him now, so if he watches the first half again next week or tomorrow,
Why
then
did he only watch half?
I don't know. I presumed he got. I don't want to ask him because it would hurt my feelings. If he said I hated it and it was boring,
Well,
then
more than I watched.
yeah, genuinely not watched one bit of it, have you?
Or listened to it or anything.
Me and Taylor watched it a couple of days ago, and he was genuinely in stitches at it. He said after 5 minutes, he said, "Is this podcast just mum roasting you, Matthew?" And I was like, "Well, pretty much. It is, like slagging me for being short and stuff." So no, it's been. How has your week been?
It's been good. Not my favourite.
Tell the truth. What's happened this week to you?
Nothing. I just haven't had a good. I've not slept well this week, and it affects your. It affects everything. It affects your whole day. And
You have,
just,
yeah.
You know.
You have had the worst
But
sleeps.
it's fine. I'm used to that. It's okay.
How much would you say you average hours-wise this week, sleep-wise?
How much I sleep for?
Yeah.
If I sleep for 2 hours without waking up, then that's quite good.
It's not good, and there has been some tiring days for you, hasn't there?
It's fine.
Also, so
It's fine.
what we're going to do with this podcast, I don't know why I've done that, I'm not in a rap video. What we're going to do, we're going to start off saying, like, just chatting like we are just now. We're then going to go into a few stories that made us laugh or chat or just want to share with you guys. And then I'm going to end it. We're going to end the podcast for the next few weeks with a completely random fact. You've got no idea what the fact is. So I'm going to do it tonight. Alex has no idea about this fact. I'm going to say it, and then Alex can choose the fact next week. So,
Homework.
last Saturday, you go to the gym most mornings. Early. You leave the house at 6 o'clock, don't you?
No.
Not 6, not quite that.
4:45.
5:45, round about then. And so obviously I don't see you in the mornings until I get to work. So I got into work last Saturday, and I was like, "Oh, morning, babe." And you're like, "Shut up, I'm not talking to you." Do you remember that? So genuinely, so I was like, "Oh, hi, babe, how you doing?" She's like, "Shut up, I'm not talking to you." So do you want to explain? Because I don't know if this is a thing. You don't need to go into great detail about it, but I don't know if this is a thing that happens to other people.
Yeah, it does.
So why did you say you weren't talking to me?
Oh, I had a dream that you did something. You did something in the dream that made me unhappy. I can't actually remember what it was though.
Something not nice.
There was somebody else in the
There
dream.
was somebody else in the dream. We won't
I can't
mention
remember
them.
who it actually was.
But can I just say the other person that was in the dream wasn't anything to do with what I was doing. I hope,
I can't remember.
because it was a male that was in the dream.
Yeah, it was just one of those dreams that he annoyed me in the dream, so I woke up feeling that
Annoyed with me?
he annoyed me.
And it took you a few hours to sort
Does
of
it? I
break
thought-
down.
I
No,
don't think so.
no, you were fine, but you sort of to warm up to me again that day. Like, it did take a wee bit. Also, I'd like to point
I
out...
apologise.
Don't apologise. I just want to know if anyone else ever has that
You do. It's
in
a
their
thing.
relationship.
It is a thing.
Also, to just sort of break up, because there's another point I want to discuss with Alex I've not genuinely spoken to her about
Are you just
before we've done
saving them
the
up for
pod.
our
Yeah, I'm saving it up.
podcast?
So this is like therapy for me a little bit. I feel if I say it in front of, if you record what we say, then it's better. Also, Alex, I don't know if you've noticed, has coordinated beautifully tonight with our wallpaper. So if you can't tell, so obviously we've got the beautiful tiger. If you're listening to the podcast and not watching, it won't make as much sense. We've got, so go onto our YouTube channel. We've got tigers on the wallpaper that you can see on YouTube. And Alex is wearing
Tigers
a lovely
and leopards.
silky shirt tonight with the leopards and tigers on it. So you're very
From Zara.
jungle chic. Going for that jungle vibe,
The background.
aren't you? You look good though. I like
Thank
that.
you.
I like
so
it
do
a
you,
lot.
Matthew. You look really good in your All Saints jumper.
Thank you. Right, next discussion. It's something that has came up a little bit throughout the week after our podcast. I was going to say that because I think you might spit the Prosecco out. Also, in this cup,
I never asked you how your day was.
my day was fine.
Or your week.
My week's been good. It's been busy. It's
You've had a good week. Though.
I've had a really good week. It's been lots of things that were not unexpected, but things that sort of coming up. It has been extremely busy, and
Work-wise,
it's been excellent and very exciting. And I do feel that I've spent a high percentage of time on my phone this week, like more than normal. There's been so like messages. There's been so much, and I do feel it's been a lot of time just staring at my phone. What do you? So you think? Do you think that's different from normal? Is that why you're laughing?
No, I wasn't laughing.
I have spent a lot of time on my phone.
But you do everything on your phone.
I do. I do
Emails,
everything.
Messages. So no, we've had a good week work-wise as well. That's been
Yes.
really positive.
Work's been
Lots of exciting
excellent.
Things happening.
Very exciting things. And we do, a lot of you guys that are listening to this just now know us work-wise, know social media-wise. And we don't want to talk too much about work because you see us going on about all day. But it's been an amazing week and there'll be
You had a
lots of
good
things.
Sleep. Have you slept well?
I've slept absolutely
Brilliant,
great, to be
that's
honest.
good.
Like, there's been some
I
nights,
know you have because I've heard you snore this.
some days. Alex asked me, and obviously Alex doesn't sleep very well just now, and she says, "How did you sleep, Matthew?" And genuinely, I've had some of the best sleeps I've ever had. Like this week, I woke up once at like 3 o'clock or something, which is good for me. Straight back to sleep, 7:30 got up.
You came through the other night when I was.
Yeah, because
emotional
so
or
yeah,
something.
I got up because I thought something like maybe we'd got into our house or something. There was noises, there was doors opening and
You
closing,
said
there was
you liked
lights
that.
on.
You said you sleep better if you hear background noise.
Yeah, to a point, but I was
Sorry.
worried about it. I thought something might have happened. So I want to ask you a question on this because it's been debated and sometimes I feel I do it wrong. How do you like the bed made? Do
I
you?
can't believe you're bringing this up.
Do you? So there's been discussions this week after our podcast about, with clients, about partners being clean or messy or tidy or too tidy or not clean. There's been discussions, so...
Are you asking me personally
Yeah,
how I
because-
like my bed made, or are you
and-
asking in general how somebody makes a bed?
There's 2 points. First of all, again, if there's anyone listening that goes through this or thinks I've got a point to this, or you agree with Alex, and I know that seemed to be the theme of last week's podcast, that people agreed with you. There's sometimes I fold the bed over, the cover, and then I go back in and you've unfolded it and put it back normal. There's sometimes I put it normal and I go in and you've folded it.
That's.
So what way do you like your bed?
I just like it to look like it's different from how you've just rolled out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really make the bed. What you do is you just flick back the duvet so it looks like it's been folded, and you don't sort your pillows, and you have a strange relationship with pillows and cushions.
I do.
Like, I don't know what it is about them, but the pillows are destroyed. They are. Destroyed.
No, but I don't do anything bad with them.
No, but I've just never known anybody who treats pillows like this. They're absolutely ruined, honestly. So it's like, I can see where you've been lying, because all the pillows are all like pushed away at the sides of the bed. So, like, when I would make the bed, I would sort of sort the pillows as well. All you do is pull the duvet back. You don't sort the pillows or anything.
So pillow-wise,
I mean,
and the pillows
I
in
know
bed...
it's a memory foam mattress and that, but
You
you
should
know,
remember me then. I know that...
you have to leave them as though you've just got out of
yeah.
them.
The pillow thing, so I fold my pillow over.
Which is fine.
But even if I've
That's
got, like,
okay.
if I had 30 pillows, I'd still fold over the top one,
I
because
know.
it's a comfort thing.
And I understand that it's your pillow, you can be comfortable, but when you're making the bed, it would be quite nice if they were sort of given a wee shake, and just made to look quite.
Can I tell them about the
Quite
pillow in the
nice.
bed? The pillow in the bed. We've got a pillow in the bed that we're not allowed to lie on. Hey, don't we, babe? That's like the special pillow. Like we're allowed to. If
I'd be allowed to lie on it.
you're allowed to lie on it. So if we're in
But
bed,
I don't, because I don't want to be a hypocrite.
if we're in bed but not going to bed, like not if we're just lying there watching telly, you're kind of allowed it there a little bit. But if you're going to sleep, so once Alex came through and said you can't lie on that, that's a pillow. So anyway, that's that. Also, also the cushion situation on the couch. Do you call it a couch or a sofa?
Don't know. Sofa? Couch? I don't
I
know.
don't like the word settee.
Oh no, I don't like
I'm not a fan of the settee.
And the
It makes me think of
footstool.
leather
I like the
settees.
footstool and not the poofy.
Oh, I don't. Yeah,
I don't get the
footstool.
poofy. Why
Yeah,
would you call it a poofy?
I don't know where that came from. Also,
Again, the cushions on the sofa, they're part of the sofa, but they're loose. You know what I mean? So they're not like, do you know, the back cushions are not attached.
yes.
So you seem to just sit on them. And again, they're all like misshapen and.
So when Alex has
Sorry,
spent time,
this.
when Alex has spent time in the house tidying it, and we come in, and like we're going to watch the TV, we're going to sit and watch like football, whatever. I'll sit down on the couch, and Alex does this. Don't you? And you, like, so I sit on the floor.
What, I flare my nostrils?
I'm only joking,
I don't
yeah.
believe you.
Sometimes. Anyway, that was a bit. I just wanted to ask you if you could choose one way for the bed to be made, would you rather it?
It's not that though.
No, but if you had to choose just now,
I
would
don't mind. I just would like it to look like it's been made and it's not like you've just rolled out of it and pulled the duvet back.
That's fair enough.
So whether it's that way or that way, it's nice for you to make it look fresh.
So either way, you just want it to be fresh and nice.
Yesterday, you actually did exactly how I would like the bed
Oh,
to look because
but-
you obviously thought, you know what, you said to me, go home, get into bed early because you know how tired I was and you were going to your mum's for dinner. And it was just so nice. The bed was like just so normal. But I don't expect it to be made like we're in a hotel. I don't expect that. I would like
Right.
that. But
So
I
the
don't
way I done it
expect
yesterday was pretty good.
that will do.
Right, that set
would
the
make
standard
me-
then.
That would be fine.
Do you know what's so funny? Because I've not made the bed at all since I left today. I was in a rush this
Oh,
morning.
you're always in a rush.
So I've not made it at all. So that
But
kind
you,
of
you were
evolved
up
a
at
bit.
like 6:15, so
I was up at 6:15, but I was in here early to be fair.
I know, but you were up at 6:15.
I was in here at 10 to 8, so that's early.
Anyway.
Just is it early if you sleep? Obviously for you it's just like a normal.
This podcast to just be a domestic.
It's not domestic, so we agree though. We agree on that my bed making is quite good. So we're now going to go into the topical part of the podcast. What has been happening? What are we going to chat about? It's nothing serious. It's a bit of fun and something that's been going on for a little while now. And I don't want this to sound like a rant because it's not that at all. It's just a bit of fun. And I just
want
want.
to sound like Pierce.
I don't want to sound like him at all because I'm not that person. But I love vegans. I love vegan food. I love everything to do with it. I think it's a great thing, and I'm interested because a lot of sports people are now doing it, and it's got great. My issue is just now is a vegan sausage roll. It's not a sausage roll of any. It's not.
Well, it's not a sausage, is
But
it?
you can't. No, it's not sausage. So you
If
can't
there's
say.
no sausage, you can't say it's a sausage roll because
No.
it's missing the sausage. You
So-
can't miss the sausage and be a sausage
And I'm
roll.
sure it's nice, and I'm happy about that. But I just don't think they should call it a vegan sausage roll. They should call it something of their own. No,
Their
not of
own.
their own, but they should
Their
like
own.
because it's its own food in its own right. It's not like an It's not a thingy or copy of something. It's their own. They should make their own thing, so people don't look at that and think, "Oh, that's just a vegan version." They should look at it and think that's really
I
nice
know,
food.
I get your point.
Also, just to roll off this point, Subway brought
The
out
advert.
the vegan. I've not. What's that advert?
Have you seen the advert?
I've not seen the advert.
You have?
I've not.
Because we've commented on it, so you have.
Oh.
You just don't remember.
I was on my phone probably.
Is it the meatball? sub?
Yes.
So on the advert, she's like, she tastes it, and then she said, "Oh, wait a minute, sorry, they've actually given us the meat version," and everyone's going, "Oh, I've not had meat in 3 years," and their point is, "Oh, it tastes so good that it's just like having
Meat.
meat."
I just think you can't call it. You can't put vegan in front of something and call it a meatball. It's whatever they call it, because it's not a meatball. It's not even vegan meat. It's something different, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's something like, because I don't want to annoy
have you
people.
noticed now that's not all vegan, it's changing to plant-based.
Yeah, that's become a right buzzword.
So if you change the diet to, instead of being a vegan,
It's plant-based.
you're having a plant-based diet, it almost makes it sound more acceptable. Not
Well,
that there's anything wrong with being vegan,
no,
but you know,
that
the
sounds
sports
good.
stars, the sports people and
Yeah.
the athletes and everything are moving to this plant-based diet because it sounds a bit more, rather than just this label of a vegan.
Yeah,
you know,
and
'cause people give them a hard time.
And I think vegans are getting a hard time. The word vegan and anything associated with the word vegan just now is getting like, it's got something around it. So plant-based, I suppose, takes that away. So a plant-based meatball sub still. Also, I was watching a TV program. I was watching something. It was Sunday Brunch, I think. You know, like maybe Sunday Brunch program, and they were talking with a chef or something, or some kind of food person. I don't know if it was a food critic or a chef, and they were talking about Wagamama's. They've got a plant-based menu now, haven't they? Like they've got quite a.
I think it's a vegan
yeah,
menu
it is a
they call
vegan
it,
menu,
yeah.
and they're pushing out quite a lot now, which again is great.
I know they give it to us sometimes. Like, do you want the vegan menu?
It's funny because sometimes you go into Wagamama's at Ocean Terminal, the one we go to, and we walk in and they say, "Do you even want a menu, or do you just want the same?"
I know.
And we do, but then other times they give us a completely different menu.
And
But that's
vegan
fine,
menu.
and a vegan one. But yeah, so they've on their vegan menu, they've got something that is basically they're saying is equivalent to tuna.
Tuna.
Yeah, they say this is. So the girl that was on the TV program, she said she went, she tried, and she goes, it was beautiful. She goes, the first thing that I said was nothing like tuna. There's nothing at all similar to tuna. The texture's not the same. The taste isn't the same. Nothing at all like tuna. They've just said this is like tuna, so people buy it. But she said on its own thing, she goes, it was actually a really tasty
So
food.
label it
Yeah, she said it was
plant-based or
beautiful
vegan.
and really, really nice, and she enjoyed it. But because she then had the thought of tuna and it wasn't tuna, it was a negative.
Yeah.
So it's like being comfortable in your own
Well,
skin.
that's it. If you don't label it vegan, or you don't label it with being on a separate menu or being this, you can enjoy it for what it is. So yes, I get what you're saying about the whole meat thing, the sausage roll. Don't call it a sausage roll. If you didn't call it a sausage roll, I wouldn't expect it to be a sausage roll. I would expect it to be whatever. So what
Like
actually is it?
Like if they called it, I don't
Is
know
it
what
like
they could call
corn
it.
or tofu or
I'm not sure. They called the vegan sausage roll like something along the
I
lines
don't like
of
them anyway, whether they're vegan or not.
a plant-based.
Plant-based.
A plant-based.
You said pant.
No, because it's my next word. A plant-based pastry
You
dream or
did say a
something.
pant-based.
Something like that. You'd think, oh, that sounds really good. I want to try that, but it's not a sausage roll. So a plant-based pasty dream is what they should be called.
Plant-based.
Plant-based pastry dream.
Plant-based.
There we go. That's what they should be called. So that's just something I wanted to share with everyone.
Have you? Are you going to try one?
No, I don't. Well, no, I will try one. I'll try one next week on the podcast, or maybe the podcast eating a sausage roll might be a bit boring. So I might try it on YouTube.
Sausage roll thing.
Might do that. Not that it's going to be exciting watching it. Also, at this point of our podcast, another thank you to everyone. But there's two things I want to say. First of all, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the thumbs up. Comment. Where did you comment?
Down below.
Comment down below. Also, we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. So please subscribe to that. Leave us a rating, please. Erin today
Don't know if I want.
found us on Apple Podcasts, and I said, "Can you give us a rating, please?" And she gave us 2 stars
Really?
by mistake. She gave us 5 stars first time, and then she jokingly pressed the 3 stars or 2 stars.
That reminds you of something else.
And then she said, "It's fine if I do a 2 star and a 3 star, you'll then have 5 stars." And I had to explain it did not work like that. So thanks,
Erin's our
Erin.
assistant at work.
Yeah, Erin is our assistant she was quite cheeky today. In her own funny little way. So yeah, we might have if you've got a 2 or 3 star review on Apple, that is Erin. So so go and give it 5 instead. What did you just say there? You said something. Oh yes, about the other review. When we opened up the salon, so how long? About 4 years ago it would have been. We opened it longer than that, but we were on this online booking thing, and you got like 5 or 10 emails to send out so people could leave you a review.
Do you think I would be able to find it?
Possibly could. So I'll be right at the beginning, obviously. So we had to get 5 email addresses or 10, whatever it was, of friends and family or whoever would give us a 5-star review. So we sent it to some friends and we sent it out to our family. So
Reviews.
Alex is going to the reviews just now. For anyone that's not watching this and listening to this on the podcast, we are going to try and find the review just now.
I'm not just
When Alex is trying to find that, so the other things, obviously subscribe to everything, comment, give us a thumbs up, and keep on doing what you're doing, guys. We really appreciate it. Also, and I'm going to name him, we won't mind, Callum was in touch. First of all, Callum was extremely impressed with your screwdriver kit. He wants to know more about it.
Oh, B&M, Callum.
Yeah, so
I'll swap you for a bottle of Baileys.
there we go. That's a pretty good deal. Also, he wanted to
Callum
know...
even do DIY?
I don't know if Callum does it himself. I think he does. I think he does do stuff in his house. I think he's done stuff in his house, like decorating and
Must
stuff.
have been that one, eh?
Right, so we'll tell you this in a second, guys, alright? We'll tell you this review in a second. So, there was 2 jokes we mentioned last week. The first one, Alex, are you going to say this one? So this is a joke
Member
we
jokes,
stole
I can't
from my
remember
mum
jokes.
that I find really quite hilarious.
I better not put that there. How
So-
did the track? How did the
How did the farmer...
how did the farmer know that his tractor was magic? Because it turned into a field.
How good is that?
Yeah.
That's an absolute dream of a joke.
I do have an inability to remember jokes.
It's quite difficult.
Yeah.
I get scared that you're going to say, not you, but that I'm going to say the punchline.
first, yeah.
So the next one, I'm going to say the other one that we were
You're
talking
saying that 'cause
about.
it's a better joke.
So, it's difficult, this one, I can't really remember it. This is a rubbish podcast. What begins with E and has only got 1 letter in it?
I knew
So-
that right away though.
What we're going to do is, if you can't guess it right away, we're not going to tell you, we'll tell you at the end of the
Or
podcast.
maybe next week,
Maybe next week.
because we could see if people can
See,
guess it.
so yeah, so what to do, you know the question, what begins with E and has 1 letter in it? So, leave it in the comments, guess the answer, and we will say it on next
I think
week's
it's really easy because I knew.
podcast. So we're going to give this review. This the option for the reviews is out of 5 stars. And do you want to say this story?
No.
So-
It's your family.
We sent it out to my mum, and we said, "Mum, give us a 5-star." So she wrote a really nice sort of review. I regularly visit Matthew Watt each time, and I am welcomed in a friendly, professional manner, which is really nice, Mum. I appreciate that. Whilst Matthew's primary aim is to give me my desired result, he always takes a fresh approach each visit. Both Matthew and his partner, Alex, are extremely flexible, and we didn't even do yoga at this point, and do all they can to give every client a unique experience. I would highly recommend visiting this salon.
So
So that's beautiful. Great review.
A very mum review.
Very mum review. It was
But
beautiful, and the
yeah.
fact she's not just said I love the salon. She's put work into
Yeah,
it. She's put a lot of effort and time into it. But she gave us 4 stars. Like, it's only 4 stars. I could understand.
What was her excuse again for that?
I can't, and she said, "Oh, can you send it again?" And I'll do it again. But we couldn't because she'd emailed it already. So thank you so much, Mum, for the 4 stars. Like, it was very kind of you. If it had been 1 star, I would have thought she's pressed it wrong or something.
And she's just put, like, she's not even made up a name. She put M.
Yeah, put M for
Mum.
Mum. There's not even a K.
Oh, she
Oh,
didn't
Mum.
remember that. Oh, it's a shame.
Mum, it's so
She's
kind of you.
listening.
And to be fair, my mum gives me 5 stars every time. She's so, like, everything I do and say, Mum is so supportive and love.
She's
so
amazing.
She is, and we're only joking, Mum. But my mum was also done a TikTok video last night, and my mum was in it. She was delighted. TikTok famous. I said to her when it's got 100 views, and she went, "Oh, you're kidding me, has it?"
And you just
So that
tried
was
to
it.
plug your TikTok.
Yeah, so follow me on TikTok. So that is so subscribe and everything. Comment on what you think the joke and the answer is,
It
okay?
was about reviews. That's how we got onto that.
Yeah, that's how we got
I
onto
don't know if
that.
I want reviews. Don't like that.
Give us reviews.
No.
Because even a bad, so I
I
heard
don't
some.
want
Listen,
a bad
I've got a
review.
great saying for you about responding to things in response. So listen to this, guys. So do you know that no response is a response?
Yeah, silence,
you do-
silence
yeah.
speaks volumes. I know this.
If you don't respond to something,
I know that.
that's quite a big response.
I know, silence speaks volumes.
So I wanted to share that because I like that. I seen it
It's not original.
yesterday. I know I'm not saying it's original, but I seen it yesterday and I liked it. So we're on to the second topic now, aren't we?
Yes.
I've not told you what I want to talk about. This is such a funny story. It's like genuinely.
I feel I'm just getting hit with these things.
No, it's not about. This story was genuinely one of the funniest stories that. The funniest story that I've seen for a while. So Katie Hopkins, have you heard what's happened to her?
I did see this story.
Have you seen both of them?
I've seen the picture where she's in front of the word that's...
Yeah. So there's 2 things, right? So Katie Hopkins,
You
who.
like Katie Hopkins though.
No, don't say I like. No, listen.
You
What
do so like Katie Hopkins.
I will say is there was a point that there was a couple of things.
The same way you like Donald Trump and
Alex,
Boris
you can't. No, I don't. I don't.
You do.
I'm gonna get so hated for this.
But you
I
do.
don't. No, I don't like them.
If somebody's controversial, you like them.
No, not necessarily. What I will say is I think sometimes people say things and they might have a point, but they definitely, probably the majority of those people that you've mentioned do say it in the wrong way, and I don't agree with probably.
Sometimes I agree with her. Though.
Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of, like 80% of what they say. I was reading some of the stuff Katie Hopkins has said today, and I was
She's
like,
vicious.
God, that's awful. Like, you can't say that. Really, really bad.
Do you know what
So,
sorry.
No, tell me what you were
I
going
was
to say.
just going to say though, do you not think it's sometimes with these people, they get to a point where they have to be more controversial?
They have to, and I
because they've
think-
run out of things to say. And I love Piers Morgan. I think he's really good, and I think a lot of the things he said about. Sorry, I'm not venturing your topic into mine. He said about he you know, various topics that are constantly in the news, and Piers Morgan talks about, which everybody who knows him will know. But the whole like Harry and Meghan thing, he has just been
to be
ridiculous.
Yeah, and do you know,
I think he's been so out of order with that.
I agree with you, and I used to like some of the stuff he said. I thought he's got a point to that. The more I watched him, because what are you looking at?
Nothing.
Alex is just giving me a really funny look just now. We've got something in my face.
No.
So I used to quite like listening to him, and do you know what? It was a bit entertainment in the morning, and some of the stuff he said he had a point. And I think
most of it
when he
did,
first came on Good Morning Britain, he had he spoke out a bit, and there was good debates that were going on. I was getting a bit bored of him over the last few months,
It's repetitive.
but then with Meghan, I can't watch him. I think he's really, and it's horrible because he has. I think the way he's treating her and the way he's going about it, it's just like an old bully.
Yeah, and
it's
I
really
think
quite nasty.
Underestimate the power that these people have over media and what gets put out there, and that's that's a whole other topic.
And
we have opinions on as well.
Definitely, and I think even stripping down, even if it's not like taking away the power and the media and all that side of it, Meghan's a person, and so's Harry, and to be constantly slated and spoken about like that. And do you know what? Have your thoughts on them and say what you think you want to say, but don't keep on chasing them. So he is chasing headlines, he is chasing attention, he is chasing all these things, and I just can't even watch him now. He's really really annoyed me, actually. It'd be so funny if you've seen this and had to go at me.
I like when he gets people on who like he's not afraid of a debate.
No.
And if he feels he's got a point, he's quite happy to sit there.
Yeah.
And I agree with a lot of the things he said, and there was a lot of people on that were discussing the gender thing and all that. And I actually, personally, my opinion is that I agreed with a lot of what he said, and he really stood his ground, and he really made his valid points. But if he was to sit in front of me now, I would quite happily argue with Piers Morgan about Harry and Meghan, because I think he's actually just...
He's just a bully. Yeah, and with the gender thing, he was very much... It was for all that. It was the people that were sort of taking it to extremes that he was sort of having debates with, and he was right. But yeah, I think I do like controversial people to a point. I like, you know, like you say, like I'll say I'll debate things because I quite enjoy that. But you like sometimes I've been known to twist things a little bit. Sometimes to the point. Do you know what's so funny? I remember I know this is 2 podcasts in a row that my granddad's been brought up. But my mum used to, we would be on a Friday night dinner thing, and we'd be talking about something. And my granddad would be arguing about something quite passionately and talking about it. And then he'd almost be defending his own arguments, or like arguing against his argument almost. And so maybe I got that from there. But yeah, I like people that stand, like, that are happy to have a discussion. I don't like yes people and things, but people that will say things for the sake of saying yes to get places or to just agree with people. But please, I don't agree with a lot of things these people say. So, Katie Hopkins, she is...
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Also, Katie Hopkins, one bit of thing, she's got epilepsy. She had terrible brain surgery. Did you see that? No. I've got epilepsy. Did you know that?
No.
Never mentioned it. So, the story is, there was a YouTuber, what's his name?
I don't know, because
It might be, I think it's Josh Peters. Yeah, have a look. I think it could be Josh Peters, and... So, he basically created this fake organisation, which was... It was the... I'll find it before we finish. But basically not the initials of it. What do you call that? Like Alex. What do you call it when the name of the organisation? For example, like NASA. What is that like? So this organisation that they spell out a word, which obviously we're not going to repeat on this.
So his name.
He started this fake organisation. He got in touch with Katie Hopkins. Said Josh Peters, isn't it? Yeah.
Josh Peters, sorry. Yes.
So he created this fake organisation and got in touch with Katie Hopkins somehow and said, you've won an award and you're winning this great award and stuff, and can you find out the name of the award? Not the initials of it, but the name.
I'll have to watch what I say here. Right, so the clip revealed the former, so he was was he a former Apprentice contestant?
I don't know actually. I've only been...
Like the Campaign to Unify the Nation trophy.
Yeah, so if you imagine...
Campaign to Unify the Nation trophy.
Yeah, so if you can imagine the initials of that. So basically...
I've just got that.
So he flew it out and it was like, oh, great to see you. So she's winning this, and she actually on this she has a bit of a go, her typical sort of racial kind of thing, I think. And he gets a picture of her with this award. In the background, it's got that word, massive letters.
Yeah,
right. So she's having a shocker. She must be mortified by this point.
Do you think she noticed though? Like,
no, but she would have afterwards, right? So she notices afterwards at some point that it's all happened. But do you know what else has happened to her this week? She's been taken off Twitter. So her Twitter account has been suspended or whatever, taken down. So not only, I think because of what she's been saying, not only has she made an absolute fool of herself, she can't now reply or retaliate on what her biggest platform is, because they've taken it away from her. So Katie Hopkins is genuinely almost, because she is Twitter, and Twitter is like her main platform, it's like she's just gone and disappeared. She's just absolutely gone.
She's just deactivated.
No, she's definitely not.
Talking about her on other platforms.
Like podcasts.
Yeah. So there's a PR move.
Yeah, I'm gonna title this podcast "Has Katie Hopkins Disappeared?" I bet we get so many views. People will be disappointed. So no, I found that really funny because she is.
Netflix documentary.
She does push it, and she does again. She chases headlines, and we all know. I think in this world of media, and we do all chase attention to a point, no matter what it may be for, whether it's business, whether it's whatever it may be. Like if I knew, and I know I'm like, if I knew that thered be a title that would get this podcast, or something we could do to get this podcast, like we'd probably do it to a point without thinking our morals, would we? We would do so. I think we all do it, and I know there's been a couple of times I've done like a video that's got a lot of attention, or like in my world, not that much attention, but a bit. And then I think,
in your world.
Yeah, and I sort of think, right, how can I beat that? I want to keep this level of attention up here, and you can't. It's impossible. We were at a content creators night one night that we were invited to, which was really good. And I was talking to somebody there about it, saying, how do you maintain that attention? How do you maintain that level? And how do you keep? Because if you keep on pushing that attention and doing videos to get certain views, you're going to end up doing what Katie Hopkins does and being stupid and doing something that you regret.
Everything's got a shelf life, hasn't it?
It does. So they said, and it's similar to whether it's podcasts or videos, that if you look at your YouTube channel or your podcast or your Instagram almost as an album, that it's a great album, it's a great collection, but the same as like big artist albums, only 3 of them are going to be big hits. And it's so true. That's obviously I want
wise words.
It is wise words, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was. So that is that point. So that's been my favourite too. That's been my, like, the Katie Hopkins one really made me laugh a lot, and the fact she then got her Twitter taken down was even better. So on a more serious note, we're not going to talk about this because it's not what the podcast is about. We are now out of Europe, out of the European Union. That happened last night. It has been. I think people now, like, no one really cares. Everyone's like, it's done. So that's happened since last week, since yesterday. That's changed. I didn't wake up this morning feeling different. Did you wake? Well, you didn't sleep, so you didn't wake up.
Actually, last night wasn't too bad.
You slept well last night.
I stayed, and I think I was so tired from 5 nights.
Do you know what I do in bed? Right, this is when you leave. Like, if you can't sleep or if I'm snoring, and you like go through to the living room, I've got a water bottle beside my bed all the time. So I get my water bottle, right, and I put it in the middle, so where Alex's cushions are, and I lay it like nice, so it's lying on the pillow, and I like have it beside me, so it'll be a safety thing. And then I know my wee water's beside me. But if I turn round to face the other way, I take my water with me.
Do you think people really want to know your sleeping habits?
Well, the podcast started off with yours. Oh, I'm joking.
I don't have any, that's the problem.
You've just got a pattern. So yes, and we have got, I'm fascinated by, not fascinated by, that's a total wrong thing, coronavirus, is that how you say it? That has been happening. And Alex is obviously pointing to my corona just now and finding it quite... Corona... I need to share this. So, corona's... this wasn't the point of the story,
funny.
actually.
People are dying.
Oh, no, it's not... Oh, it's absolutely not funny. I'm not laughing at it at all. What I would say, though, is Corona's... Like, the beer Corona, their website views have gone through the roof. Because people are thinking it's something to do with Corona. And people are thinking if you have a Corona, you've got the virus, okay? When I went to buy that Corona today, I sneezed. That's all I'm going to say. Right? I genuinely sneezed when I bought the Corona and I thought...
Did you sneeze quietly or did you do one of your Mathew sneezes?
I had to sneeze. I was
you
half and
can't
half.
Sneeze
No.
quietly. Show me how you sneeze.
Right, can I just say something?
How would you sneeze? How can I make you sneeze?
I can't, because if the people are listening to this on the podcast, and if they're driving in their car or in their bedroom listening to this, and I go, it's not going to be very nice. So when I sneeze, it can be quite loud. What happens to me, and this is the most, I don't even know why I'm sharing this, but I've started it. If I sneeze, and when you go, and you hold it in, that like the quiet sneeze.
It doesn't come
When
from
I
here.
do that, the chances of like a dribbler are so much higher. Like that, I know, but it is so. So I would rather sneeze and be in control of the spray than go, and so anyway, so that's what happened. So it was a medium sneeze. But what I want to say, so Corona's website views went right up, okay, like massively up, and Corona tweeted, which again, the form of the media is just absolutely hilarious. So this is going to be the last point in this podcast until I give you my fact. I'm trying to find Corona's Twitter account. Corona, though that's not how you spell it, sorry. So, Corona.
You could do it with a manicure.
I could do it, and that'd be like a first date, wouldn't it? Or pedicure.
I think we established what the first date was in the last podcast.
Right, I can't find them, so that's kind of...
What is it?
Oh no, I found them, it's okay. Corona's Twitter account. So they've cleared up the situation. It's not going to be here, is it? They've not tweeted since 2017.
I'll show you where you find it.
Alex, they've not tweeted for years.
I saw somebody share it today.
So maybe it was on Facebook.
Look.
So we are both just looking through our phones just now. Oh, here we go. Can
See, I told you.
So, what Corona... I don't know if it was Facebook. It looks like Twitter, but...
Yeah, but whether...
Maybe it's not the real Corona.
Not real,
Can I just...
It's still funny.
In our defence, in this picture, there's a blue tick. So it's like they're verified. So, what Corona came out and said is, again, you don't get the coronavirus by drinking our beer. Coronavirus symptoms include fever, runny nose and coughing. Symptoms of drinking Corona include gagging, craving Taco Bell and waking up next to someone you wish you hadn't, or was it wish you wouldn't have. So that is what Corona came out and said. So that's quite a good statement from them. I'm impressed by that.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, is there?
There's not, unless you're Katie Hopkins and you've
But
had a
we're still
picture.
talking about her,
We are
you
still
know?
talking about it, and you've had your picture with the words behind you.
And you're saying Twitter is her main platform. She's not
Been
got
taken
that.
away.
So people like that's
Yeah.
getting spoken
So
about.
so the coronavirus thing, what I'm interested in, we've been discussing this a lot about the media side of things, and it's hard to know what's coming out in the media and what's not coming out in the media. And
Fake news.
yeah, and what sort of right, because in my eyes it's an extremely serious thing, and then you hear that it's not got it's not as serious people are saying, but then people are getting rushed and put in quarantine. So
Yeah.
do you know? So there must be something to it, but it's just you don't know what's true and what's not. Anyway, I hope everyone's enjoyed the podcast so far. Do you know what? I feel this one's been quite. I've enjoyed it. I felt amused myself.
I think you've been funnier this week.
I don't think I have been. That's because I had one extra Corona, and I sneezed.
How many have you had?
It's only my second, but I only had one last time.
Oh, did you? No, you didn't. 'Cause we had
So
drinks-
Alex
we had drinks
felt.
before in a bar before.
Oh, so we did. Alex felt in the podcast that the glass of wine last week, glass prosecco, didn't
prefer
look
this.
great.
I
So
like
she's now hiding what she's drinking.
I'm not hiding it. I prefer that.
So we're going to end. So again, before we finish, guys, we really appreciate everyone that's watching, don't we?
Yes.
Like, it has been extremely kind of everyone. Do you know, it's just nice that you've given it one shot, even if you don't listen to it again. It's nice that you give it a chance. Dan, hopefully you watch a full one this time. That would be nice. But no, thank you to everyone. Subscribe, do all the things we want you to do, and try and guess a joke. It's such a funny joke. So I want to end the letter E one. Guys, comment on whatever platform you're watching. The letter E one.
Right.
I thought I'd give it away. Alex, don't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to end it on my fact of the week. Okay?
I've got to beat this next week.
Yes. Also, what was I going to say? When we finished the podcast last week, I don't know if you remember, Alex, when we said bye or like thanks for watching, my voice went all squeaky.
No, I don't remember.
And I went, thanks, bye, and I didn't know what to do, and I've not planned what I'm going to say at the end here. So I apologise for my squeakiness last week. Alex, have you got a busy week coming up, or what are we doing tonight?
What we're doing.
You can discuss this when I try and find my fact.
But I don't. need to tell you. You know what we're doing.
Well, tell the podcasters. I know what I'm doing.
Care what we're
So
doing.
we're heading out tonight, aren't we? We're going for some
We're going to
drinks.
meet a friend for birthday drinks. Belated birthday drinks.
Whose birthday is it? Is it
It's Chloe's.
Chloe's birthday.
I don't think Chloe will watch.
Well, Chloe, if you do watch, happy birthday.
It was in January.
It's funny because it's a girls' night, isn't it?
Well, apparently it is, yes.
It's a girls'
But
night.
It's fine. I think the words were Matthew.
Ma-
Please bring Matthew. He's one of the giveaways.
Matthew's a hairdresser, so it's fine. So here's oh, it's not here. Oh, where I found it. Oh, I searched it on Google to make sure it was
Are
true.
we not going to discuss it?
We can discuss it.
What is it?
Give me a chance. So, guys, fact of the week. Are you ready for this, Alex? So, Denver. Do you know where Denver is?
Colorado.
Denver has a bigger dog population, has more dogs than children.
Happy days.
Like it's generally got more dogs than children.
Do you know where Denver is?
Colorado.
Do you know that it's snowy and people go for skiing and things?
You've got family in Canada, don't you?
It's not in Canada.
Oh, it's in-
I know. I
Where's
don't
Colorado?
have family in Canada.
Where's Colorado?
It's in America.
You're kidding, is it?
No, I'm not kidding.
Where about in America is it? Where about in
It doesn't
America?
matter where it is. It's in America. It's not in Canada, and I don't have family in Canada.
I thought, but you went to Canada.
You see.
You went to Canada,
Yeah,
didn't
but
you?
if you knew anything about me, you would know that wasn't because of family and it was because of work.
So, I'm actually Colorado's in America. Are you sure? I'm googling it just now.
Are you actually googling? Actually.
So, guys,
no,
anyway.
Denver's the state and what did you say? Denver's the state.
Can I just confirm
Colorado.
something? Two things. It is in Canada.
It's not.
No, it's not. Sorry, it's not Denver, Colorado. So anyway, yeah,
So
you're
was
right.
I right?
You're right. It's in America.
Wait, a
Sorry for
second,
that.
what?
Yes, you were right
Thank you.
about that.
Do you
So,
know what was set in Denver?
what? Nashville.
No.
What was it?
I'm just gonna check just to make sure.
No, say it.
No.
So, yeah. So Denver's got more dogs than children, which for you probably sounds like a dream, because you're an animal lover, aren't you? Clearly by your,
yeah.
obviously by your shirt that
They're
you're
not
wearing.
dogs, they're cats.
But they're animals, aren't they? So, guys, yes, thank you so much for watching. Alex is just looking something up just now to see what. And if you also in the comments, if you've got any other interesting facts, let
Yeah,
us know. We'd like you to.
Sorry,
It's okay.
this programme was set in Denver.
What program?
Guess.
Well, you. I said Nashville. Madam Secretary. Alex's favourite programs.
It's not my favourite programme.
Alex's 3 favourite TV programs
It's not my
ever:
favourite programme.
Nashville,
It's not.
Madam Secretary,
It's not.
and Scandal.
You're wrong.
So what
And
was set
you
in
should know
Denver?
Dynasty.
Or was it?
The original Dynasty, yeah.
I've never seen that.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Don't go.
Thanks for listening.
As guys, thank you so much for listening. Two things. We're going to be back next Sunday with another brand new podcast. We're going for one a week. It's not maybe, it's going to happen. We're also going to be doing our first special outside of the weekly podcast. We're going to be doing an extra one on. I think we'll be recording it on Tuesday. I think it's the 11th of February or something. Something that there's a TV program coming out. It's Rio Ferdinand and
You've just given it away.
and Katie Wright, who
She's actually Kate Ferdinand.
Kate Ferdinand now, who are doing a documentary about grief, really, won't it be? About family life and about what has gone through in their lives and
It's not
stuff.
about
So
grief, it's about becoming a stepfamily.
becoming a step family and what, like, obviously because Rio's wife passed away though, didn't she? So that's
I know,
been
but you can become a stepfamily without
no,
somebody passing
I know
away.
that, but I'm sure that will be spoken. I'm sure that will be spoken about in it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. So
Katie.
we're going to be what? So it's not
It's
Katie.
Kate.
It's Kate.
Kate Ferdinand.
She was in, yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch it on Monday night, and then we're going to do a sort of reaction video or sort of little chat about it on Tuesday and let you guys know what we thought. So it's exciting. We will see you and hear you. You will hear us, and you will see us next week. Thank you so much again for watching. Subscribe. Where do you comment?
Down below.
And have an amazing week, guys. Thank you so much.